Hello again. Here I am with Knight, a horse with some complicated emotional issues. I began working with him as I would normally, online and under saddle, and found that his ability to emotionally regulate was very limited. He would get very big, shaking his head, throwing his front legs in the air, and all kinds of extreme behavior, even crashing into gates when left at liberty. So, what I decided to try was to reach out to him through liberty because being online caused a lot of emotional disturbance. The usual progression for working a horse at liberty is to explain to them what you want them to do online. As I said before, this was not functioning properly because of the emotional disturbances he experienced while he was online. So I had to try a different way, and so I started working him through Liberty alone. All of these things that you're seeing are his learning curve, what we're working on at Liberty. Like here, I'm working on switching sides and asking him to go this way. He found some emotional safety by being close to me. And so I used this circling at a close distance as a safe place for him, a place where he can succeed. He also needs quite a bit of contact with me. And so I try to allow time for that before asking him for another request. Right here, you can see that he kind of has an emotional reaction to that, loses concentration, has a hard time processing my request. I don't increase my actions at all. When he does that, I want him to feel safe near me. I realized that he needs a place to feel okay, to feel safe, to feel like he can succeed, and to feel that he can communicate, be heard, and hear correctly what the person wants from him. I'm kind of narrating through this because a few people asked me if I would with one of these videos, so here I am. Again, he needs some simple connection. When he asks for it, I'm not going to tell him to go away. I'm going to say, absolutely, what do you need? Just tell me and I'll try to do what you need. Again, we're circling here. Good boy, success, good job. This is something that I've already established with him as a safe place. So what I want to do now is to add more skills. Now, this is not something I'd done with him before. So I'm saying, can we learn in this place as well? I want to do it quietly, easily. I don't have a lot of expectation. I just want to see if we can also expand his abilities within this liberty space so that I can see if he can learn. Because we know if a horse or a person is not in an emotionally good place, they can't learn. Here I'm taking him and moving the circle. Can you come with me? And then circle again. And he says, that's different. Okay, that's fine. Come on back. So I know that was a difficult moment for you. So we're going to try to reestablish the connection. Reestablish the safety. That's one of the big things I want people to understand is if a horse doesn't feel safe, the horse can't hear us. So we need to listen very carefully if a horse is telling us they don't feel safe. So I repeat, circles to the left, moving circles, because this is the new thing today. Can you connect on straight lines and circles? And he's trying really hard. He says, yeah, I think so. This is working out for me. And I'm like, very good. Again, a place of safety, success, thinking, quiet. Now I do the same thing, moving circles to the right. Again, this is one of the first days I've tried this. I'm trying to see if he can learn at liberty. What is his learning capability when he's in a good emotional place? I do take note of the fact that on these moving circles to the right, his distance from me is quite a bit more. Now, sometimes people would want them to be the same, but seeing as his distance from me is very linked to his own sense of security, I actually am pleased that he is okay being a little farther from me. That's showing me he's got a little tiny bit more self-confidence. I needed to step around and kind of see if I could get a little bit more of hearing from him. He was a little bit stuck. So I said, can we get a little unstuck? A little bit more contact for his own emotional stability. And then we start trot circles to the right. He's doing a really good job. Again, I'm happy that he is confident enough to be a little farther away from me. Yet I also take clear note that he needs that moment of touch again to reassure him. This was simply an experiment to see where he was at. We've got trot circles to the right, and I'm going to ask him to canter. And we see the emotional regulation goes out the window. That is fine. Just come back. I'm still here for you. We'll talk it out. No problem. With that experience, I want to reestablish the trot circles to the right as being a place of success. I don't want him to be any kind of confused or upset about the circles to the right. I want to reestablish the circles to the right as a safe place for him. I return to trot circles to the left to find that the attempt at the canter has made his emotional state a little bit precarious. He simply can't stay. And that's him telling me, him being honest with me. So I'm not going to do anything about it except for hear him and say, come on back. Let's reconnect. You're safe. Let's try this again. Now he's telling me that he doesn't even feel completely safe with me. These are things that if I'm going to help him in his emotional state, I have to hear him first. Hear him where he's at, help him where he's at, and then expand that. Now I see, do we have our trot circles to the left? We do. And I want him now to feel safe and reassured that he can be here with me and stay here with me, and that I'm going to keep listening and doing as much as I can to help him emotionally.